It's very nearly the end of the year, but there's still time to squeeze in some extra little sales if you know exactly what shoppers are searching for. So, in this December's Steal These Eatsy Keywords, I'm going to go a little bit different. If you've been here before, usually I deep dive into the trends, the top 20 trends from the previous month, and we deep dive one keyword to find out the gold that people are searching for. But as time is of the essence just now, I'm going to deep dive that. I'm going to look at those top 20 trends from last month, from the month of November, but we're going to look more urgently at what's happening in the past couple of days to get some good ideas of what things might be selling right now, because it's not too late to get a couple of sales for some shops on Etsy. So let us dig in. If you haven't been here before, this is my eRank Expert account. I also work for eRank, but these videos are my own. So we're going to go to the trends tool and the monthly trends first of all. And we're just going to have a look at what was hot in November in the US. I always look at the US because the biggest market's in the US, and when they sneeze, the rest of us catch cold as far as the trends go. So let's see what was trending in the top 20 first of all. So first one's first is gifts for him. People are buying Christmas presents. Well, the second one's Christmas, so people are buying gifts, Christmas gifts for males. So this is things, the first few are definitely things you can be thinking of. Now, I will explain this before I dive in, actually. If you've had an okay holiday season or you've not had all the sales you need yet, it is still time to grab some extra sales by jumping in on the keywords that people aren't optimized for, or maybe if you've got some extra things that you can relabel slightly. Now, don't change listings that are already selling loads just now, but you can tweak around with some things that maybe you expected to have a bit of a boost, or even that you haven't had up for sale yet. It's the time to get things up. That was a couple of months ago, but still, it's time to get things up, because what might be happening, many shops are in vacation mode now. A lot of my colleagues at eRank have their shops in vacation mode because we just don't have time anymore. But some people do. If you've got time, if you can ship quickly, if stuff's already made, if you sell digital, or if you can avail yourself of like telling people about Etsy's gift teasers and things. So if they're late, then they know the recipient gets a message sent to them saying something's coming for them, because people always shop late as well. So if you're looking for that last minute market, it is still possible. So gifts for him, Christmas, gifts for her, and stocking stuffers are the top four. Those are definitely Christmas things that people were searching for. Stocking stuffer has shot up out of nowhere. I would guess that's an Etsy promotion, but it's not a bad thing. If you're new to that kind of term, that generally is the small little gift. So it can be, think of price points like under $5, under $10, under $20 potentially. That's a kind of stocking stuffer type of gift. Necklace, Pokemon has always been riding high on Etsy. Possible to sell if you're a vintage seller, if it's over 20 years old, but otherwise, sadly, we can't really touch that. Stickers, now there's a great quick gift. Wedding gifts, surprise, people are thinking about weddings at Christmas. You selfish swines having a wedding at Christmas. Jewelry is hot right now, that's what that fire means. T-shirt, shirt, Christmas shirt. Yep, I've actually bought some of them myself. I should have had them on today. Keychain is another fire thing, which means it was trending 13th last month, but it's still really hot just now. Personalized gift, crochet. I know we're going to talk more about these. In fact, crochet and personalized toys are given the idea that people are still wanting to buy those agumami. Did I get it right, Jess? Those crochet cute toys. So that's a thing. Now, talking of digital things, do you have crochet patterns that you can sell? Not just a lovely gift, but also bear in mind if people are on holiday during the festive season, they often like little projects to do. Crochet project. And number 17th is earrings, then rings, gift for a friend, and number 20 is ornament. So, an interesting lot of things. Probably things like ornament people won't be purchasing so much, but they still do, especially personalized ornaments. Um, and if you're visiting someone, taking a little ornament along for the tree. So it's definitely a thing. But I promised we were going to deep dive into what's more recent. So if we go to Trends Trend Buzz on eRank, then past 30 days isn't going to show us a whole lot different. But yesterday, let's look at what people were searching for yesterday. And this will give us some more ideas of the types of things. Dispatch, I have no idea. But we might dig into that just because I'm nosy. But Christmas jewelry gift, now look at this crochet pattern is super hot still. It was hot last month and it's hot again. Crochet blanket pattern. Let's see the crochet things, because I think this is a potential last minute thing that could be a gift or whatever else, but I'm seeing a lot. Crochet pattern, crochet blanket, easy alpine crochet blanket pattern PDF. I have no idea what's going on there. That's out of nowhere. That must be some influencer or something's talked about it. But baby sock pattern and patterns, crochet blanket, hedgehog, I can't even say it. I've lost it. I can't say it again. Hedgehog, that thing. So, crochet pattern, baby socks. Snoopy, cute, but no. I am seeing a thing on keychains as well, personalized ornaments. Okay, so in my little head, I am balling a lot of these together, because if you just put up crocheted hedgehog or something, that's one attempt to win, as it were. But these are like what was trending yesterday. I mean, yes, it is a cool thing. We'll dig into that actually. I'm quite interested. Yeah, it is trending, so it's not just one spike out of nowhere, but it could have died off. It might not be trending next week. So if we add more into that, if we say, okay, it's crochet, that's good to know. Do you have a pattern of a crocheted hedgehog blanket for a baby with matching baby socks? See how you can pull all these together, and then you hopefully have a chance of landing up for some of these keywords. Now, this is just for the last minute things we're trying to get in there, but I want to look more into this. So if you click on any of these, it'll take you to the keyword tool to look at the data for that keyword. And that is super interesting that has spiked out of nowhere. Mainly the United States, 71%. Interesting. Now, one thing that I really like about this, now the click-through rate isn't great on the side. If you look, 49%. This is from these 3,500 people. Only half of them clicked on listings that they saw in that search. Other ones maybe moved on to something else. But that is still, there's more clicks than there's competition. So I'm still liking that. So, yeah, I can see this as a cute thing. Now, don't base your whole shop on this, but have you got a little crocheted hedgehog that you haven't put in your shop yet? Put it in your shop. While you were making it, did you take some photographs along the way, and you can make a pattern of it if it was your own design? There's another cool thing. Do you have supplies lying around the place that you can make a kit of it as well? There we go. 3 attempts at that. Can you change up your pattern ever so slightly so it's a bit different, or something, a slightly different pose, a different size? There you go. You've just doubled your offerings again. But what else is there similar? Well, hedgehog, that could put me in mind of potential, British countryside animals. Are foxes going to be popular? Rabbits, badgers, all these kind of cute things. So try that, or think what other animals are cute that are popular. The other thing, things that were a while ago are coming back round again. Axolotls are everywhere again. So have you crocheted an axolotl that's been in a back drawer because you thought it wasn't popular? it might be popular again. So definitely interesting rather. So yeah, hedgehog, armagami, Christmas. So a crocheted hedgehog ornament. Can you do that quickly? Super interesting. So I'm a good way to know what animals are trending is to just look at the one word and then see if we've got anything here for nosiness. But I think we're just doing a tangent now. I think we've got the ideas. And hopefully you can see how the brain works, how you use trends, not to jump on the necessarily, well, actually the hedgehog argumami is a good one to jump on because of these stats that we looked at, but not to jump on like the big keywords, but how to find little ones that are lovely and gold. But so I don't even know what that is. Robin. Oh, how cute. Why didn't I think of that? Yes, if you're making a crocheted ornament, Robin, snowman, Santa. Yeah, possibly a little late unless you already have them, but there's an idea for next year, isn't there? Uh, let's expand this a little bit. But Christmas dolls, yes, dragons. Although that was spiking like last year, not this year. Hedgehog, a beginner hedgehog one as a blanket. We've already said. Manatees. Wow. Okay, manatees are out of nowhere. Fanta. Gophers. That was last year though, but it's still cool to look at. I don't know what everything is. Chenille, that's the type of fabric, that's the type of yarn. Yeah, that would be really cute. It's fuzzy and cute. A sheep. Yes. Yeah. Dragon again. And they had Halloween ones. Anyway, bears. Yeah, bears are always going to be in fashion. Whether or not anyone's searching currently for this, a cute bear is always going to be cool. Okay. Anyway, I think there are some cool ideas for you to steal and borrow if you don't do that kind of thing. But hedgehogs, you make hedgehog cards, stationery, jumpers, t shirts with cute hedgehog designs. Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking like for the lazy person thing, the hedgehogs hibernate, so like the bear thing but littler and cuter. Yeah. Hopefully, let me know what ideas you have from just seeing the keywords. Hopefully, you find that just digging through the keywords and just spending, what have we been, 13 minutes looking at this. Don't spend hours on keyword research, but just dive in, have a little dabble, and get inspired by some things, and then you've just got some ideas of stuff to make. Frogs, bunnies, hedgehogs, very cute. Anyway, let me know what you think and what you're going to try. It might give us some ideas for what to work on next year, and I will see you next time.